We do not want you to think Africa is charity. We want you to understand there's so much excellence in various industries: music, food, fashion, beauty, lifestyle. I can go on and on. There's craftsmanship, there's soul, there's authenticity. Like, where do I start from?
So they say when a tree forgets its root, it dies. But when a root remembers the soil, the future remembers its strength. Africa is undeniably on the rise, and the future isn't a solo journey. It is a shared responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Africa's Diaspora Dialogue, a platform created for deep and intentional conversation. This is where I bring people who are contributing to the growth of the continent we so dearly love. The little brick, the cornerstone story that we all know could be you contributing your own quota to the growth of the continent. So your contribution matters, so does mine. Again, this is Africa's Diaspora Dialogue. I am so honored to be your host. My name is Nana Agyeiwah. And you know I can't be doing this alone. So I have with me a guest in the studio who is going to be helping us today with our conversation. In a very vibrant fabric, handcrafted piece and a bold design, there is a story of heritage, hustle, and heart. Today's guest is not just telling those stories, she is building a global stage for them. From Lagos to London, she has become a champion of African creativity, turning local talent into global brands and connecting artisans from the continent with customers around the world. She is the founder of Bellafricana, a thriving community and marketplace that is empowering African creatives to be seen, celebrated, and sustained. Whether it's fashion, art, or food, or lifestyle, she is creating excellence, culture, and commerce all in one. She is a builder, a connector, a believer in the African potential. And today, she joins us in the studio to talk about her journey, her mission, and the movement of Bellafricana that she is leading. With me today in the studio is none other than Bukky Asehinde. Did I get your name correct though?
Well, very close, but
oh no,
that's fine.
You know, I really don't like it when people get like my name wrong, the pronunciation of my name wrong. So I try to go with just my first name, like half of my first name, which is Nana. But then if I give you my full name, I'm just going to get a whole different pronunciation. And it's not something I love to listen to at all.
Okay.
So I try as much as I can to get the pronunciation of people's name correct. What is the correct pronunciation of your name?
So you can call me Bukky.
Bukky?
Yeah. Bukky.
What did I say?
That's
Bukky?
it. Yeah.
Oh God, I feel bad.
Asehinde.
I'm so sorry.
No, but that's okay.
So it's
We're
Bukky.
okay. Yeah.
Bukky Asehinde. How have you been?
I've been excellent.
You look it.
Thank you.
You look beautiful, by the way.
You too.
Thank you.
At least we've got to see now. We've been talking.
I know.
So
It's
good to
guys,
see you
it's been a
officially.
conversation. Like
Yes,
it's been digital conversation, but now we get to see ourselves and
Live.
have and have conversation relating to the growth of the continent. Nothing makes me more happier
Same here.
than seeing people who are not just speaking, not just talking, but actually taking actions, that is contributing to the growth. We all want to see Africa do well.
So
I think our closest goal that we need to get to now is the 2030. We have a goal for 2030. We have a goal for 2063, but then we are just 5 years away from the 2030. I want to see the Africa we so dearly want. Like, I want to see it before my children and my grandchildren see it.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
But now I'm not too sure what do you really think? Like the Africa we have now and the Africa we hope to have, how long do you think it would take us to get there?
Well, in terms of putting time and dates, I don't have an answer to that.
Oh, okay.
But the truth is, we're definitely not where we used to be. Okay. Look at us. We're very young, vibrant. If we believe so much in Africa, we're passing it down. And it's impact and imprints. Our
Yeah.
children get to hear, get to see, get to
Yeah.
feel all our energy.
Mhm.
And if we show up this way consistently, trust me, there's a transformation already happening that we might not be able to even track visibly. But it's happening already, and I can say that with my full chest.
With a full chest. That sounds like a very Nigerian.
It does.
That sounds very Nigerian to me. Oh, you are from Nigeria.
I am.
So how did they say Lagosian?
Lagosian.
Lagosian. So you have like a proper Lagosian.
Proper Lagosian.
That's good. That's really good to hear. So from Lagos to London, how has the journey been like? What was the mission for the journey? And are you seeing that mission or vision unfold as the journey goes on?
To be honest, the mission actually started in London before I moved back again to Lagos, and then I moved back again to London. Okay. So I schooled here in the UK. I went to University of Westminster. And I feel like, when you're away from home, you miss home. There's that nostalgia. You're like,
that's true.
I want a piece of home.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, looking back, when I try to, connect the dots, I feel like that's where it all truly began for me, at least. That seed of wanting a platform where I could shop directly from home or find a piece of home from our beauty products to our fashion items to lifestyle. And I remember then it was my mom. I had my siblings in London too. So it was when my mom was coming, I would just get her, oh, give me this, bring this food item, bring this one. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that seed had been planted. And when I moved back to Nigeria, way back 2012, I just started to meet a lot of creative people.
Right.
And I think for me, that's where the whole frustration came about. Like, you exist? Wow. Like, you don't only exist, but you are creating amazing products that can stand anywhere in the world. Yeah. And people do not know about you. So how can we close that gap? That is where it all began for me. How can we bridge that gap between amazing creators who are making products in the fashion, beauty, lifestyle industry and food, value-added food items?
Yeah.
How can we bridge that gap between them and consumers globally who yearn for that piece of home?
Of course.
So that's where it all began.
So your journey, or like the mission or vision of Bellafricana, it was birthed out of experience that you had.
Yeah.
And you wanted to bring solutions so people do not go through the same, I wouldn't say stress, but in the same hustle of finding what they want, when they want it, where they want it.
Exactly.
That is a very, more like a problem-solving initiative.
Yeah. It's a continuous one.
And how has the journey been like?
It's been exciting, honestly. It's about 9 years now. Well, that's official. But unofficially, imagine if that way back, I was like, where do we start from? And so way back 2013, I said, okay, let's test this market. Let's see. Okay. Let's build a marketplace. Let's find out if the people are ready to shop. And so I did that, but I also noticed a lot of underlying problems, right? If you're listening to me right now and you have a creative friend, I am very sure that creative friend will be very happy to dash you anything that comes from their creation. Like, it makes them happy when you just, appreciate their crafts, right?
Yeah, that's
but
true.
The truth is, they cannot call themselves creative entrepreneurs if they don't understand the business side of their creativity. If they don't understand how to sell, how to market, how the operation should be, how to build a structure, how to do all of that. So I noticed that problem where a lot of creative people lacked capacity, lacked the understanding of the entrepreneurial side, but they're still creative. And I feel like if not because they need money, they'll just probably be creating.
Right.
So that yearn to, okay, let's leave this marketplace for now. Let's start by enabling the community. Let's start by empowering these creatives. Let's give them a community where they don't feel alone on their journey. Let's give them access to other creative people, as well as experts who could teach them, as well as giving them access to opportunities, funding. How do they grow this business and focus on the creative side? Because shout out to every creative. It's not easy to create.
It's not.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
You can have a creative who has a product that takes weeks. You can have some that takes months, right? And being able to even price that product takes a whole lot.
Yeah.
So we started by wanting to just empower them and eventually give them access to markets, increase their visibility. Because like I said, when I moved back and I started to meet them, I was like, oh, you exist. And that's because I had the honor of meeting them face to face.
Yeah.
If I want to bridge that global gap, it means that I have to be able to leverage on platforms online.
Yeah.
And thank God for social media in this day and age. Just a plain field. Like the gap is closed now. Wherever you are in your living room, anywhere in the world, you can sell.
Yeah.
So empowering them was my first focus. 3 major problems at the time when I started Bellafricana that I heard a lot from these creatives were 3 things. Like the first one was, oh, I struggle to sell my products. Second is, I feel like I'm not seen enough. I'm not visible. And the third thing usually is, I don't have the right structure. I don't have access to business support. That's like way back 9 years ago. In this day and age, if I have a creative say that, I'll probably smack that crazy look like our parents would do and say, what are you talking about? They're platforms. You're just not doing what it takes to be positioned properly. But back then, those were the 3 key problems we wanted to solve. So we said, okay, let's start with visibility. So we built a directory. Let people at least be able to go on Google, search for, oh, I'm looking for a creative brand in Nigeria or in Ghana. And Bellafricana will come up. So back then, what we used to do is that you could get access to it links to their website, to their social media. So let's address the problem of them not being seen by building that platform to get them more visible. That was in the beginning, okay? And so as we evolved, everything that Bellafricana does has always been, let's find like the solution to their problems. It's almost like in this day and age now, I'm being told it's no longer passion for me. It's truly an obsession. It's like I'm obsessed with this creative industry. And I'm truly obsessed because the desire is to see them thrive, not just in their local markets, but globally. Because they deserve to be seen and be celebrated and go global and for their dreams not to die. I have watched so many creatives give up on the journey because they're not making money.
True.
Why are you in business if you're not making money?
Yeah.
I understand for the ones that are probably doing charity, but it's not a charity. It's an actual business. So, yeah.
That's very interesting. And then just to add to what you've said, African creatives now are a force. Like a force to reckon with. You will see a design and then if someone does not tell you, you might think this is coming from the Western world.
That's right.
And there is always this touch of Africa in
that culture.
Exactly. And
authenticity.
The authenticity, just as you mentioned, there is always the feel, the touch of home. I commended when I saw your top. She's wearing this beautiful, you can see, this beautiful top. And all of us, it looks like a smock, is it?
Yeah, well, it's actually mud cloth. This is actually made in Mali. It's a Malian fabric. I actually, a Nigerian brand made this, but she sourced the fabric from Mali.
Okay, so hold on. I'm seeing the connection there. So the whole top or cloth is made by a Nigerian, but the raw materials were sourced
from Mali.
So now that's a trade there.
That's right.
Is that something you encourage the creatives you work with to do, or it just happened?
To be honest, the value chain for different industries vary. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's important to trade
100
across
100
the borders, right?
100.
That's what trade is about.
100
across
within
borders,
the continent.
within the continent.
Importantly,
I mean, it truly depends on if you have access to some key raw materials. Right. There's some core raw materials that they struggle to get within the continent, which it's okay to get from wherever you can source it from. However, the finished product, which is the creativity, is intangible.
Yeah.
Right. I can the way this brand made this top, for example, could be totally different from how another makes it.
Yeah, and
Right.
it looks very African.
Thank you. And I was telling
African
you,
would
this
see
funny
it
thing.
and
I was telling you earlier that there's a symbol at the back of my top.
Yeah.
Torn right now, unfortunately. But there's an Adinkra symbol.
Adinkra
and that's from Ghana.
That's from Ghana.
Look at that.
That's like three different countries
put together in what I'm wearing right now.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what creativity is about.
Yeah.
You know, and now I want to bring her to London to be able to sell such. I want her to be able to get value for her creativity. I feel like we just did a summary of the hat of what I'm doing. So yeah, interestingly, yeah.
This is, I mean, I can't take my eyes off what she's wearing.
Thank you.
And if you see me wearing the same thing, the next time I'm sitting here, just know I've been influenced. But this is so beautiful. I think you have taken us through, in a very summarized way, what Bellafricana is all about, like bridging the gap between creatives and then the marketplace. But then again, I want you to take us through, like, step by step. How do you find these creatives? Do they have to come to you? Do you have to source for them? Once they come, what's the criteria? I know is it just for African creatives, is it?
Well, at the moment, yes.
At the moment, it's just for African creatives. So what's the whole process that they have to go through to be part of the community that you've created for this?
So Bellafricana has created multiple communities, right? There's Tales, there's the Tales community, there's Bellafricana itself. So it's both ways. They find us, we find them, right? Just like I said, the internet is a global market now. You can find anyone anywhere. And maybe this is the only good part of the algorithm so far for me, where when you search for one thing, others tend to see it on your feed, right? Yeah. So, one person knows another 10. So that's the beauty of community.
Right.
Okay. A fashion brand knows another, God knows how many fashion brands. They know themselves. A beauty brand knows another, number. And we promote a lot of open competition at Bellafricana, because first, about competition. It's not my competitor or whatnot. You're coming together to collaborate. Exactly. So we find them, they find us. And because the heart of Bellafricana is to see them thrive anyway, they tend to refer. They tend to say, oh, hey, you got to be part of this community. And we have our own online community where you're able to meet other creatives too. And we do a lot of events where we've done so many over the years. Started with Ace Awards in Nigeria. We wanted to build our own awards, because for us, how do we encourage more creatives to build excellent products?
Like creative awards
for small businesses? No, we do not. And that's what Bellafricana has been so passionate about, because for us, it's a ripple effect. Yeah. When you see people who are doing, we're very pro excellence. We like people who put excellence into what they do.
It's Africa. What else do you expect?
So that craftsmanship, we wanted a situation where we award the people who are going from local to global, who are impacting the economy. We had different categories, like 15. We've done 3 successful editions of that.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much.
In London, you mean?
No, we started in Nigeria. That used to be called the Ace Awards, right? Exhibition, conference, awards. But now, when I moved back, like I said, to London again, for these past years, we've been building the community of the creators. The season we're now in for Bellafricana is, how do we begin to build that community of buyers and customers? Okay, a Bukky who might be lost in London, who has not been able to go back home for 8 years, 10 years.
That's so
how does she connect back to her roots without having to go back home? We want to bring them to her. We want her to be able to shop. We want her to be able to do all of that. And that's why ASA was then evolved to Tales. So the African lifestyle experience, where you get to, for us, it's not just the products too, it's the people, the creators.
So Tales is the African lifestyle experience.
Yes. So that's the acronym for Tales.
Wow.
But you know what Tales is?
Intelligent.
Stories.
Stories. But then it has like every letter has a meaning.
That's right.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you. Thank you. And for us, it's not just, we could just slam all those products on a marketplace and say, oh, we want you to buy. But no,
Yeah.
we want you to meet the creators themselves. We want you to hear their why. We want you to listen to them. We want you to understand where they're coming from. We want you to see and perceive. We want you to taste, what truly comes out of Africa. We don't want you to think Africa is charity. No, it's excellence. It's craftsmanship. It's culture.
Can you just repeat what you just said about Africa being I just want you to say it again.
That narrative has been sold for
this
too long.
time very intentional. I just want you to repeat that line again. Very intentional.
Okay.
Please.
So we do not want you to think Africa is charity. We want you to understand there's so much excellence in various industries: music, food, fashion, beauty, lifestyle. I can go on and on. There's craftsmanship, there's soul, there's authenticity. Like, where do I start from? And I really give God glory that I'm able to, I have a daughter who's 6 years old, who is so, like, her spirit lights up when we go home. She's here, but any little thing, she's like, Mommy, when are we going back home? Just that connection is something that's there too, for you to be able to, so that when you're told that, there's no water at home, she's able to tell you that, but there is a lot of water. Like, if you know the kind of house I stay in, you would understand the richness that I come from. Yeah.
My mind has been blown away by what you are doing for the creative industry.
Thank you.
And then we are always championing like intra-African trade, breaking the barriers, having like a borderless Africa, just to, enable us to trade easily with each other. Because just imagine if a Nigerian has to source a raw materials from Mali and had to go through the whole immigration process, policies, border hustle and everything, they might end up giving up.
Oh yeah.
And it cripples what we are able to create. And Africans are creators. Africans like to do things, like bring things to birth. That is
handmade. Yeah.
Exactly. Handmade stuff. So I'm blown away. You speak with so much passion. You speak like you love what you do.
Yeah.
You understand what you do.
Absolutely.
You give it all to see the creators thrive in the industry. I am very glad to know that you have dedicated your life into seeing these creators do well, because most of African population is made up of the youth, and most of these youth are entrepreneurs now. They are creators. They are building things.
That's right.
They are doing things. They are developing things.
Yeah.
If you see, I have videos and pictures that I sometimes just go back on my phone to admire of young children, like crafting cars with tins, building,
recycling,
like building things from recycled materials. And these are the ones that we need to pay more attention to. We keep saying the future leaders are the children now, but how much attention are we giving to these kids? So for what you are doing, I think I will sit here and single-handedly applaud you.
Thank you
for what you are doing. I am all about everyone contributing their quota to the growth of the continent. I think I sound like a broken record now. That is all I'm about. That is all I talk about. I'm passionate about talking about it. So if I come across someone who is walking the talk, it inspires me to want to do more. I'm a media and communication person. So this is my way of contributing to what we want to see happen. Like creating the platform, bringing the people, creating the experiences, trying to get the names and the voices of the people out there.
Yeah.
It is so much honor to have someone like Bukky. I got your name correctly.
Yes.
Trust me. Have you in my studio to listen to what you are doing.
Thank you so much.
Speaking with so much passion and endearment for what you are doing.
Indeed.
I can go on and on and on. It is just a beautiful community you are building. You mentioned Tales.
Yeah.
I'm so interested to know what Tales is about, what Tales is doing, just take us through, like, if I'm a creative and then I come across your website and I send you a message or a DM, what is the procedure I have to go through if there is a creative person watching or listening to us and they want to be part of the community, they want to be on the platform? how do they get there? And then just continue with Tales and how Tales is shaping the whole thing for us, please.
Fantastic. Yeah. So, I mean, kudos to you too for all the great works. I wouldn't be here. Thank you for giving us a voice. It's very important. We're all playing in the field using our strength. So
yeah.
applaud to you too.
Thank you.
If a creative is listening right now, just search for Bellafricana. Go to bellafricana.com. Find out it's a membership. So find out how to become a member. We have the free part and then we have the paid part.
Okay.
So we have the global membership and then we have the local membership. Creatives who are still in the local market, who want to expand in the local market, who just want to find people in the market to, do business with and just be in this journey together. And the people who are in the global market who are saying, oh, I want to expand to London. I want to be able to expand into the market. Those are the ones. So if you go on bellafricana.com, you'll find it. Or on any social media, just search for Bellafricana.
It's very easy to find you, right? Yeah, very easy to find you, right?
We do not play online, so you will find us. So I'll give you a quick story because I like to tell stories.
Yes, please. I like to listen to the stories as well.
It's like I love Africa, so hey.
Yeah.
Tales was rebirthed after a season of my life that I call the season of stretch.
Okay.
I moved back again, like I said, to the UK. But when you move back with that mindset of, it's London, it's my second home, hey, I'm back. But forgetting that you're a mom, you're a wife, and everything, it's a new season.
Yeah.
You can never be fully prepared to move back, to be honest. So, and the kind of personality that I have, I always say, hey, I have such a positive attitude. Nothing can shake my psyche.
But you're human as well.
But I'm very human. But hey, moving back in 2022, I felt so stuck mentally. I was like, where do I start from? Do I build back from scratch? How do I begin Bellafricana in the UK market? Because I felt like I had given so much in the local markets, right? And I remember a lot of my mentors say, Bukky, are we doing a charity or are we doing a business? Which one are we doing, And so that stuck a lot with me and I wanted to do it right, moving back here, but I didn't know how to start. So anyway, long story short, close to a year after, I just realized that everything was all up in my mind. And that fear of me starting was just making me hibernate. I'll run forward 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. Like, we can't do this, But after a while, a few events that happened took me back to my why. I felt there was one event that happened like November that year. And I was like, wait, you mean these creators can travel down to showcase their products? Like,
you get creators who travel from Africa to
Yes. Like come to tell their stories. Yes. Like giving them platforms to be able to sell directly to customers. Yes. After that happened, I was like, you know what? Let's do this. We'll do it afraid. Whatever is holding us back, we're just going to do it. That audacious spirit just took over. And I was like, it's time to register Bellafricana in the UK market. If we're going to do it, we'll do it well. Let's get this done. And fast forward 2023, like I said, I'm very excellent in everything I do. I was like, okay, so what street should we get this pop-up, as we called it at the time? Where do we get this done? And I was like, no other place like Oxford Street. If everybody in the world can go on Oxford Street, we too, we will get there. And because sometimes we shortchange ourselves because we think we do not have the money. I didn't have the money at the time, but I had the community.
Right.
I had numbers. I had the people. So I was like, it would not be just me. Let's find ways to raise this money together. And it was Oxford Street for us. So we had the first pop-up at the time. We used to call it Bellafricana Summer Pop-Up. Let's just pop up in London, Oxford Street. The first year, I remember I came on Agyeiwah and I was teary. It was like a dream come true. Our logo on Oxford Street, right opposite Zara, by the side of Clark's. We were right there, dancing to Davido.
That's a very busy street. Yeah, that's a very busy street.
Very busy. We had
from the train station, Tottenham Court Road.
Yes, right there.
Towards Regent Street.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Right there. We had people from all spheres of life. Tourists, Londoners, Africans from different parts of the world come in. It was like a moment of pride.
It was
many people saying it was. I've never seen such on Oxford Street before. We had a lot. We had a lot of recordings. And we only had about 20 brands at the time come for the event. That was, for me, was let's test this market. Let's just do it.
And 20
Let's
was
do
that's
it.
impressive.
And it was for 7 days. Call me crazy, but hey, it was amazing. It was a dream come true.
Yeah.
And so fast forward a year after, 2024, I was like, no, we're not going to be called just another pop-up. This is not just a pop-up thing for me. It's not a come and buy and go.
And go.
For me, it's the heart. It is, we must sustain this. And so we evolved. You know, honestly, this was more of the Holy Spirit, because at the time I was like, what name should we call this? What should we do? And I remember talking to my friend Abby, God bless her. She was like, Bukky, I hope you know you're not a fashion platform. You are all about lifestyle. You know that this is an African lifestyle thing. And I remember waking up 2 a.m. one morning and my subconscious was like, the African lifestyle experience. And I jumped. I remember jumping and I was like,
that's a name.
And I woke my husband and said, babe, Tails. She was like, what? I was like, Tails, we'll call it Tails. I was so excited. I remember I was so tired. I was like, you know what, you go to bed. Let me deal with what is happening. And I just wrote it down. I was like, it's going to be called Tails. And I remember when I was younger, there used to be a program back then, it used to be called Tales by Moonlight. And I was like, yes, this is it, Tales. And what Tales has come to do is to open a window into the global market for African creatives in the fashion, beauty, and lifestyle industry. We just want to be able to share their narrative tales. We want to tell their tales. We want them to be able to tell their story.
That makes a lot of sense.
We don't just want them to sell their products. We want them to tell their story. Why did you start what you're doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? What people buy the heart. In this day and age, people connect with the emotions behind products. Why are you doing what you're doing? Because a piece of someone's creativity is art. You are holding on to a legacy. You could pass it on to your generation, next generation, but you would tell them the story of how you got this product. It's not just a thing that you buy from manufactured millions of
just
products.
Walk into the store, pick it up and pay and
go. You know? So it's evolved. Last year we had about 40 brands, and this year we're set to do double of that. We're set to do about 70 plus African creatives from Ghana, from Nigeria.
That was going to be my next question. Yeah.
Please hit me with your question.
I mean, like from which African countries are you?
At the moment, we currently our strengths. I mean, charity begins at home. Because I came from Nigeria, and a lot of people know about the event, and Nigerians don't play with numbers. We're gonna show like that. But we've had amazing Ghanaian brands that started with us from the first year. For example, shout out to Julie. I have to shout out to her. She's like an ambassador now. She started with 1, and now we're gonna have 6 this year. 6 Ghanaian brands. We're hoping to expand to other African countries, but that's what we've had a Zimbabwean before. Right? There's an Ethiopian who is currently interested it's not confirmed yet, but we're looking to have African creators have this platform to showcase. But not just that, we also want diverse audience to come and feel. I mean, we travel everywhere in the world. You can experience any culture at any time. You know, I'll give you a quick story. I was at Paddington the other day in my braids. It wasn't this one. It was one beautiful done braids. And this amazing Chinese lady came, and I mean, I jumped because she touched my hair. I was like, okay. But because I'm a very patient and sweet human, I really loved how curious she was. The way our eyes lit up. I loved it. She just wanted to hear, how long did it take? How was it done? Did you sit down for it? And I was just sitting down there giving her all the responses. I loved how she wanted to hear about my culture. She wanted to connect to it. The same way I would feel when I go to Japan and I would wear their overall. I want to know more. So for me, the vision of Bellafricana is huge. Just imagine a Chinatown. The way Chinatown is all over the world. I want to have a Bellafricana town, Bellafricana village. The name hasn't come yet, but all over the world.
I mean, speak it into existence.
That's done. Like Bellafricana village, anywhere in the world where you can come into, you're able to pick up an African product, food, meet people, connect with home, away from home. You know, that for me is the legacy. That's the movement that we're building with Tales, because we want Tales to enter into any city anywhere in the world. We're only starting with London, but yeah.
That sounds like a very huge responsibility that you have on your shoulders. Are you doing this alone? Or you have partners? You have like Do you have people you've delegated to be in charge of certain aspects of the whole Tales and Bellafricana as the bigger umbrella? Do you have people, or it's just you?
So I do have a team online. I don't have them physically in the UK at the moment yet.
Yeah.
I think my first biggest champion, after God, is my husband.
Oh.
He doesn't have, if not because of him, I feel like I just wouldn't be doing Bellafricana, to be honest. So he's a co-founder. Okay. And the way I carry my business on my head is the way he also carries it on his head.
Oh, that's sweet.
So we do have a young team who drives the different parts, moving parts online.
Yeah.
So this is not just it's my baby, but I'm just a chief errand officer. So they boss me around. They're on the socials. I'm the strategist. I'm the brain. Like I think a lot and, execute quite enough. But I have a very small lean team of about 5 where we get to do so much and just do what it takes, basically.
You are actually doing more than what it takes, actually. And I think I can already see what you were talking about. Just imagining taking over Oxford Street. So now I can imagine you taking over Chinatown, like you mentioned, like New York, like you mentioned, especially places where, we have a lot of Africans in that particular diaspora. Yeah. It is a very good marketplace. And Africans are everywhere.
We're everywhere.
We are everywhere.
We're there.
I'll be walking somewhere on the street where I think, and you will hear someone speaking like your local dialect on a phone call. Yes. And I'll question, how did you even get here? Like, how are you here? We're so passionate about culture. So oh my days. And I'm really glad with what you were doing. The fact that hold on, before I actually say, let me ask, are you just connecting creators back home to the global market here, or you are working with African creators here as well?
That's right. So African creators in the diaspora too.
Okay.
To give them more visibility, give them direct access to customers. Because like I said, that's one of their biggest problems. Yeah. Selling, finding the right audience that would appreciate their creativity. So yes, both.
It's not just for the creators back home, but then once it's an African creator,
yes, you are able to be part of
that's great. That's great. So what has been the impact, like visible impacts that you can say Tales or Bellafricana being the mother company has had on the creators and then the customers? Let me just put it that way. Like, what has been the visible impacts that you think you've been able to make?
The impact is huge. Where do I start from? We've raised over £100,000 for creatives.
Oh,
through our awards. Yes, we have. We've raised actual money where they are able to put directly into their businesses. We've helped reduce their cost by leveraging on. So say, for example, we have a number of creators who want to travel anywhere. We try to find it in a subsidized cost for them. But most importantly, we've had businesses who have expanded globally.
Yeah.
From being in their local market who are now able to expand. I remember 2 major testimonials, for example, last year. One of the creatives that was opportune to be at Tales, when we were doing our interview, she was like, I cannot go back to doing business the same again. Like her mind was just blown with, it was almost like a our business was already validated, but it was like a revalidation of how much she desires to grow beyond what
she was seeing the potential.
Yes, do you understand? Yeah. So the first thing, sometimes when you ask these questions, you're thinking of tangible things, but the intangible is even huge, where their mindset shifts. Once you believe that you can conquer the world, like nothing can stop you, nobody can stop you.
Yeah. You first need to believe in yourself.
Exactly.
What you were doing. So everybody will adjust.
That is one of the biggest things that we do, where they're able to make so much more money, increase their customer base, have confidence in their own products that they're producing. They put a price on it and people buy it at that cost, as compared to the cost that they would have put it in the local market. You know what I mean? Earning in foreign currency. And you being able to see that, okay. And you hear people give you feedback. Sometimes people say, it's so cheap. And you're like, excuse me? Okay.
Wow.
And then when you talk about the attendees, you have people who are like, in my many years of, not being able to go back home, I have never really seen this happen on Oxford Street or in central London, to be able to see my own people, like my own products, connect back to home. So it gives them that, sadly, if you don't go back home, it's easy to be carried away with the narrative that you see on media.
Yeah.
So you don't even believe that there's any growth. Same way you asked me if the growth is in what you see, in what you hear. It's the people closest to you that you would judge based on. But when you see such a community so vibrant, so happy, so joyful, you're seeing money being exchanged, you're seeing growth, you're like, it's time to invest back at home. Because I'm like, what am I doing here? What is going, you see the potential, you hear it directly from real humans who are going to fly back home and enjoy them and be happy to come sell their products and be able to go back and impact the community again. So it's both ways. The growth is so evident.
So you are not just creating the marketplace for them. You are not just bridging the gap. You are creating an experience.
Yeah.
You are enforcing a mental shift.
That's right.
That you are into ministry. This is a whole ministry.
Oh my God, I do say that a lot, actually.
This is like a whole calling.
Yeah,
it's like
it is.
You are walking in purpose.
That's right. Honestly.
Because just imagine what happens to these people when there is no Bellafricana anymore.
Yeah.
You literally have the businesses of others on your shoulders.
That's right, yeah.
And how you carry it determines whatever happens to their business. That is a huge responsibility.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one, and God has given me capacity for.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really glad to hear that you have like a higher source.
Yeah, honestly.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Do you do anything else apart from this? Like work-wise?
No.
Of course.
Bellafricana is a full-time.
Of course. I would have asked you how. How do you do it? Because this sounds like a lot.
Yeah, Bellafricana is full-time.
And do you have to travel back home and here?
Not necessarily. You can do so much online.
Okay.
I mean, there are challenges here and there with human, resource and everything, but yeah, there's just solutions here and there. For now, I don't have to.
Most of the work online.
Yeah, I do most online. I work from here.
That's great.
I do work from here.
Okay.
And that's why, like I said earlier, I come into a new season of trying to make sure that even with me building Bellafricana, I get to understand the profitable side of it. Because it's a thin line. I'm so obsessed about it, but it's for profit. It's not a charity.
Yeah.
It's a social enterprise, but it's for profit.
Right.
So that's why it's also important that I make profit from it so that I can sustain it.
Of course.
Right now, Tales is driven by the community. We don't have any sponsors at the moment. We're trusting God that they will come at some point, but we also want to build a sustainable model around it where the community, the creators themselves are happy to pay, to come and sell. So that they can earn more and grow also. So this is my business. This is
Yeah, and there is definitely return on investment, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like
every year, I feel like it's in this edition that I'm starting to, believe strongly that we have something big coming here.
Anyway,
we can find ways to.
I'm sure there are like investors out there. People want to invest in Africa, trust me.
I do know.
Because Africa has so many potentials, so much, like endless potentials.
Yeah.
I don't even want to start listing them. The agriculture, the energy sector, the mining sector, tech. It's a lot.
Real estate.
The fashion, it's endless. The potential of Africa is just endless. And people are just unsure where to put their money, where to put the seed, just to know that they are going to get something out of it. How do you, if you come face to face to an investor right now, how do you convince him or her that if you put your money here, you are going to make your money back, and not just your money back, but more than, what is the assurance that they are going to make their money back if someone wants to invest in Bellafricana or Tales?
Well, Tales, I would say, I mean, it's by showing them the numbers.
Okay.
By showing them the fact that, we started with 20, we doubled to 40.
Yeah.
Now we have 70 plus, right? It's being able to show them the numbers that, the numbers are clear. Because for an investor, the first thing, how do I make back my money?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Is there potential here? There are numbers of people that really want to come to Tales. And yes, there are a lot of people that desire platforms like this
Mm-hmm.
in communities around the world where they're able to connect, right? So it's first the numbers, second is to sow the heart.
Yeah.
Because investors are also passionate about different things, right? It's connecting with that one who believes strongly in these industries that we are pushing.
Yeah.
And there's so much money that the statistics are out there. I can't quote it from the top of my head, but it's there. Our fashion is big. I mean, the music is huge.
Oh, the industry, the whole creative
The
industry
beauty
in
industry
Africa.
is
Oh my
blossoming.
goodness. The movie industry.
Where do I
it's a
even
lot.
start from? It's
a
really
lot.
about finding that right person who I already know is already positioned for me to meet, right? When that time comes.
Mhm.
Okay, right now we're building up. I see the big vision of what we're building. I just know that we're just walking backwards.
Okay.
It's already done.
Okay.
Right. And I know that in the right time, this particular person would even come and say, you know what, I don't want this take. Just take. I see what you're doing. I see the impact it's making in the business. I see the numbers. I just want to plug in. How can I be of support financially? Yeah.
And then if they happen to find you online, is there a way to reach out to you like personally?
Yeah.
To want to have the whole investment conversation? Is there a way like online on your website?
Yeah. On the website. Even like if you just Google Bellafricana, you will see, because I don't play with PR. You see anything concerning Bellafricana.
Right.
Email directly info@bellafricana.com.
Okay.
I will get it. Info@bellafricana.com, partnership@bellafricana.com. Even as little as our Instagram page.
It's not
we
little.
also don't play.
It's really not
anyway,
little.
Sometimes
You
people
should
take for
visit
granted
them.
your little
It's
social
not.
side. But
It's
I do not. I'm like, it's called social media. I don't want to just be on media. I want to be social.
Yeah.
I want to have fun, right? I'm that kind. I don't shy away from being online. I'm not part of that WhatsApp group that talks about not being online. I'm like, no, I want to be found online, because in this day and age, if I Google your name, I don't see anything. I'm like, what are you doing?
People find you online before they meet you in person.
Yes,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
true.
mean? So if you just Google me. Now I just use that as a tagline.
Google me.
I just Google me. You will see all the works I've done for over
That's a very
past 9 years.
sentence to make.
Confident, because you would see how much heart, how much work that we have pushed into what we're building in Bellafricana. So it's easy to just go and see the record. You can't, no need to ask, just Google and you will just see all the track record, because I don't play with it. I don't play with milestones. I celebrate any small milestone that we, even if it's as little as our global membership has grown, we now have 20 members. We will celebrate ourselves and we will put it out there. That Bellafricana just marked 200. We just marked 20,000 local creatives. We have over 20,000 creatives in our network. So we say that continuously because it's there. They're on our social, they're on our email, they're on our platforms. So it's real people. It's not AI generated or anything.
Right.
It's real people.
And the numbers speaks for itself, just as you said. Do you have like an app where people get to go there to shop? I just, like these whole marketplaces that we have. Do you have an app where people go there to shop? Or how do you connect the buyer to the seller? If you are not having like a pop-up event, how do you do that?
That's a very good question. For now, we do not have an app.
Okay.
It's part of our future goals.
Okay.
But we did a soft launch of a marketplace in January, and it's just bellafricana.co.uk.
Okay.
However, it's a soft launch at the moment. We haven't even launched it officially. But right now, Tales is our biggest flagship event where we so at the moment, if a buyer wants to, they reach out to us, and they also are able to go on our platforms to be able to buy directly from this from some of the businesses.
Okay.
But right now,
you don't have all of them?
No.
Okay.
But right now,
you don't have all of them?
No, we do not have all of them there yet.
Yes.
So we're still enabling that part where we're able to get the percentage that have consistent products that can make, because now it's demand versus supply.
Definitely.
So we're trying to build the demand so that we can meet supply. Make sure that we enable them enough to be able to know the numbers, because we have fashion brands, for example, that are slow fashion. You don't expect them to be able to produce 1,000 products per time, for example. So there's a different buyer persona depending on the kind of brands. So, but if they reach out, if we have a buyer, they have to send an email to us, the kind of product lines that they're looking for, and then we will submit the portfolio of some of the brands that are able to meet that demand or that need that they require. So, but it starts from bellafricana.co.uk for now, and meeting us at Tales. And because at Tales, you get to feel, you get to see, you meet the creators to themselves.
You get to experience it without, yeah, I love it. Something just came to mind. If I am a fashion house and I see a creator on your website or at your event, and I want to collaborate with that person or that other creative house, do I need to go through you, or I can just directly maneuver my way to the person?
That's a solid question. For now, we're giving them a platform for you to meet them directly.
Okay.
That's a real business person will say that's you leaving money on the table. And that's because I do not have that control for that at the moment, because that's what Tales is serving, right? What we're serving for now is for you to get access to them. There will come a time where we will build the model that will be a B2B, for example, right? For you to be able to go through us. I know, trust me, with so many things, I'm like, this is me living. However, it's milestone per time. It's capacity per time. I'm also building capacity to be able to do much more that will serve Bellafricana. It's just that this is my focus for now. Right now, I would derive joy in you going to do business with that creator, because that is also a testimonial to Tales. So I would be sold out of Tales for the next year, for example. You would, if we just dare say Tales is dropping on this day for 2026, it's sold. We just come the next and say it's sold out. That's because the opportunities that we give you access to is incredible. So that's the platform I'm currently pushing at the moment. So I would happily say, do business with directly now, until we then increase capacity and say, okay, for every, you know what I mean? We build models around such. And that's the next level for our marketplace. That's actually what we're looking to do now, to leverage on existing buyers and just, doing a matching platform where you can then get access to these, because there's so much value Bellafricana is adding.
Definitely.
So it's your choice. If you go direct to the businesses, you might not be able to have that consistent communication. You might not be able to have that portfolio. We empower them. We enable them, give them the understanding, match them with experts that will help them, for example, to create a portfolio for your wholesale services and all of that. So we just need to be able to educate that buyer to understand what value Bellafricana is adding if you come to us to be able to access the customer, and if you go to them directly. It's all a win-win for us.
So what if another fashion brand does not want to buy like a finished product from a creator in Africa, but it want to source the raw materials? Do you do that? Like, do you bridge the gap for that as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you have a beauty cosmetic brand here, for example, and you're trying to get access to raw shea butter.
Exactly what I had.
In Ghana, in Nigeria, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a conversation with us. We find you the suppliers.
And even if it's just a one-time purchase, you do that as well.
Yeah, of course.
So how do you make money, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, I mean, there are different models to make money. Don't worry. It's a good question. Okay. I mean, because at the end of the day, there are different streams and different product lines, right? How we make money for now through Bellafricana is membership. Okay. The marketplace and this kind of conversation is also commission-based, right? It's just earning commission on sales made. Right? Those are the two ways. Now, for Tales, for example, is by selling the spaces. That's how we currently raise money to be able to host Tales. Selling the spaces in the venue to these creators to be able to come and showcase. That's how we currently raise money for it. And another angle, another part of Bellafricana that we do is fulfillment. We also do fulfillment, for these, because one of the biggest challenges is also logistics. Right, shipping from Africa to here. So we do fulfillment where we're able to store and sell. Fulfill to your customers here using third parties of the delivery services.
Are you thinking of owning a
solution
in the future?
Something that I would happily do. Own one or partner with one that already has one, because I'm very big on collaboration. I'm very big on community. I don't have to start everything from scratch. For some things, collaboration is good for me. I just whatever I want to make, I can put on it. There's a middleman strategy. I can be an Uber for anything. I don't have to have the cars, but I can be a middleman earning from both sides. Everyone just wants to win and make money through the customers that we have access to.
This conversation feels like it has to be ongoing. There has to be a continuity some way, somehow, but we will have to find a way to bring it like a close, not an end, like a close for today's conversation. But then before that, I just want to know, what is the legacy you want Bellafricana or Tales to leave behind? If someone comes for an event and they leave, how do you think they are going to share their experience with other people?
That's a strong question. I mean, two parts, right? There's the legacy from the creator's point of view. And then from the creator's point of view, believing in themselves, understanding that they can sell anywhere in the world is one thing they would never forget Bellafricana about. You know, it's already happening, you know, where people have almost given up on their dream and they've said, just one message in the group or just a testimonial, a new milestone from another, member gives them hope that they can continue, for example. That in itself is a Bellafricana spirit, right? And then the buyer that comes for Tales, that comes and shops, who is like, wow, I would have never been able to find this product if not for Bellafricana. I would have never been able to see what the level of excellence and craftsmanship that is coming from Nigeria, from Ghana, from different parts of Africa. If I didn't get to come here, I would have never been able to connect and explore in this kind of level if, I was not invited to be here, for example. It's a ripple thing, right? They come, this year is 10 days, for example. It's not even 7 days. Yes, we've extended it. Yeah. So that in itself is the legacy where they're looking forward to more. They just want, it's a movement more like, that's what I call it, right? Where everyone has a part to play and they don't want to keep it to themselves. They want to just be able to tell people that, oh, hey, go and meet real people. 70 plus creatives are going to be showcasing here. You need to be able to come out. Come out for them. And I would just add that this year we also got endorsed by the new Western company. So Westminster Cities endorsed Tales, which is an incredible milestone for us this year. So the new Western company has, endorsed us, and we're so grateful because, being able to empower such a cultural event, it means the world to us. So yeah.
Wow. Do you have any partners, like any companies you are partnering?
Oh, yeah. We have
sponsorship.
A number of, not sponsorship per se, but in terms of money, but in terms of exchange, like helping us amplify the event. We have a gift sponsor, for example, Emmeline Cosmetics, our first 200 brands. They're giving us their luxury, lipstick, lip glosses, nail polish, nail paints to our customers. We have digital marketing skin institute that's helping us. That's, to be honest, that's money, that's sponsorship. That's, being able to help us promote, run ads online and do things like that. So we have quite a lot of partners who are helping us amplify and adding value for us to be able to do this in the bigger capacity that we wouldn't have been able to do it. So we're so grateful for them. In fact, this year we have collaborators who have come on board and said, I would come and create content. I would come and model. I will come and do this. We have volunteers who have said, I want to be part of this. I want to give my quota. I want to support.
And it's not something you have to advertise. They just came on.
We did a call for volunteers, a call for collaborators. And
people came forward to say they will do. Are these all Africans or?
No. A mix, to be honest. So amazing. Like, we have this photographer, videographer guy. It's not African. He's just like, he absolutely loves what we're doing. And he wants to just be able to support the event. And I was just blown because this year was the first time we did a call for collaborators. And we had about 26 people say, I would tell me when you need me.
That is, that's a lot. That's a lot of things you were doing all in one. A very impactful project. I don't know, should I call it project? This is like everything, like a full-time job. Unending. So it's a cycle. So once Tales ends, there is something else until another Tales.
That's right.
It's just
we're collaborating more this year. So we might be already going to Dubai, going to partner with other existing events and taking Tales to their events.
Right.
So we're doing that. We're building a community for Tales itself too. Yeah.
I'm blown away, by the way.
Thank you.
That's good. For someone watching in the diaspora, like here or back home, who wants to do something, not necessarily something like Bellafricana. They've heard us have this conversation. They've read somewhere, Africa is on the rise, Africa is on the journey, Agenda 2063, 2030, Africa this, Africa that. And they are asking themselves, what can I do? You know, there is a Paul sitting, let me use local names. There is a Chinedu sitting somewhere, there is a Kwame sitting somewhere. There is another Bukky sitting somewhere, another Agyeiwah sitting somewhere.
Yeah.
And they are asking themselves, what can I do to You will so want to be proud of yourselves if Africa gets somewhere and you know that there is my sweat in this progress. You know, this has a part of me in it.
Yeah.
How will you try to get someone to get up and do something? How would they start? What would they do? How would they come about doing something to contribute to this whole growth we are preaching about?
So I don't believe that we all have to start from scratch. I believe that we can all collaborate to meet whatever mandate that we so, believe in.
Yeah.
Because we all have different beliefs. We have people in different industries who are passionate about different industries. It's about bringing voices together.
Yeah.
It's about joining us to amplify. If you're in the UK, for example, come to Tales.
Yeah.
I believe one person knows at least, even if you say you're not a friendly person, at least 10 people.
Yeah. And
you can easily just share it with those 10 people and say, oh, be there. This is what these people are doing. How can you be part of it? How can you? It's not always about money. Sometimes it's about leverage.
Yeah.
What can we do to support? Just sending that email goes a long way, right? And in this day and age, just share it.
Of course, just share the link.
Share the link.
Do we have to register to be there?
Well, we encourage people registering only because they're free gifts. But apart from that, we also want to remind you.
Okay.
Some people, you can forget, we have so much happening around us. So we want us to be able to give you the lowdown before the day, to just tell you the things to expect and just remind you of when you're coming. And we want to know that you're coming on a particular day. Because it's for 10 days. We don't just want to say, okay, people have said they're coming. We just want to be able to know. So yes, we would encourage you to register. But don't say because you didn't register, you can't show up. Show up.
Yeah.
So we want you to show up. That's the ultimate thing. But please do register. It's free.
Right. So how do we register?
You just got to go to tales.bellafricana.co.uk. If you're on Instagram, follow us at Bellafricana UK. You find us right there. Click the link in our bio and you just go straight right into it.
For someone who wants to become the next Bukky, someone who wants to start a purpose-driven project that is rooted in heritage, rooted in like wherever they are coming from, in their culture, what advice would you give to such a person? How do they start?
I would say start with what you have. I remember one of the best advice that my boyfriend at the time, who's my husband now, said was, you don't need a product to sell a product. That really helped me because initially I was thinking I needed a lot of capital to be able to do Bellafricana. And by him saying that, it really truly helped me. Start with your why. Why are you doing it?
It's very important.
What is the reason? What is your vision for it? That vision will hold you when the going gets tough.
Yeah.
Because it does get tough, right? Surround yourself with a community of people, of believers. I have people around me that play different roles. I have navigators, I have sounding boards. I have supporters in different dimensions. And then lastly, I would say, trust God for the process. That is the most important thing. That is my anchor. That's what holds me. That's what reminds me to continue going for it. Yeah, and believe in yourself because you would have a lot of critics, but you should also be your biggest critic. Keep yearning to become the better version of yourself. And once you have that desire in your heart, you will just continue to be willing to do more and do better. Yeah.
If you were not a Nigerian, which African country would you have loved to come from?
That's a question.
Don't say Ghana because I'm here.
Ghana is my bestie. But I would have said Ghana. But I think, interesting. What? I've never been hit with that question.
That's like 54. You have 53 other countries to choose from.
Be Nigerian, you see.
No, but if
I wasn't Nigerian, I would like to be Ghanaian. I know you said I shouldn't say it, but alas.
True.
But I can be anywhere. I can be from South Africa. I love like everything. We're very similar in every ways, right? Or Kenyan.
Oh,
I absolutely love Kenya's weather. I love their food.
Yeah.
So I think I'll go with Kenya.
Kenya.
I want to be Kenyan.
What will be your Kenyan name?
Hey.
You don't have any yet. If you're watching
I
anyway, Kenyan.
have an amazing Kenyan friend who her name just skipped my brain right now.
Oh, no.
We went to uni together.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I would borrow her name.
That's good. For our very, very last question or puzzle, just finish the sentence.
Okay.
Africa is
limitless with so many potentials. Africa is rich. Africa is excellent. Africa is continually rising. And I feel like we've only just gotten started. We're so powerful in our ways, right? And we can conquer in so many industries. And I'm just so proud of Africa, to be honest.
She just got me. I'm just blushing. I feel like I'm Africa right now. She just got me in the moment. Yeah, it just got me there. Africa is limitless.
So limitless.
Africa is powerful. Africa is full of creatives. Africa has a lot of potential. Africa is rising. These are the words of Bukky, my guest for today on Africa's Diaspora Dialogue. Thank you so much for making the time, for watching, for listening. My name is Nana Agyeiwah. I want you to remember that the contribution of Africa's growth is not one person's responsibility. You play a part, and I need you to know from the depth of my heart that your contribution counts. Thank you again for watching and listening. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.